Hello and welcome to another little bit of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday the 30th of August 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what this little bit is about today. I just found some more articles that I wanted to go over and have a look at. So here we are. Great post here by Alex Flavel. That's really love the sarcastic humour there. We got this one by CoinGeek saying Switzerland launches instant payments. We'll read through that. And then apparently a crypto mining firm skipped Swedish town, leaving behind unpaid power bills. Shows that they are getting desperate. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1,000,000 strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. So let's have a look at this. So I've reposted this because I enjoyed the sense of humour here. Alex has said the judgment, or I'm quoting Judge Miller, as the judgment is, well, not quoting it, but you know, conveying what the judge said the judgment is sound. There's no grounds for appeal. Craig won't appeal. So let's see. So blockchain forks. So 0.331 in the judgment. He said, if Bitcoin participants want to change parameters of the system, this can be done by consensus of those on the network. Any rule change which is backwards compatible is known as a soft fork. A backwards incompatible change is known as a hard fork, which creates two different blockchains diverging in a single block. The most popular cryptocurrency based on the white paper and Genesis block is Bitcoin BTC. Further hard forks have created the cryptocurrencies Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Again, he's wrong there, because it wasn't a BSV hasn't made any changes. It was BTC that made the hard fork, and again it was BCH that made the hard fork. No changes have been made to Bitcoin, which the only change that's been made to Bitcoin is the ticker symbol. That's it. There are no hard forks on BSV. None. The hard forks are BCH and BTC, and the fraud is the stealing of the ticker symbols. That's what's confusing people. So that is definitely grounds for appeal, without doubt. Also, so in 0.13.2.4, he said the picture painted by Dr. Wright in his evidence was, in essence, that he was solely responsible for creating Bitcoin, and as he already ruled, he expended substantial skill and judgment in creating the Bitcoin file format. That he was much cleverer than anyone else, that anyone who questioned his claim or his evidence was not qualified to do so, or just didn't understand what he was saying. In my judgment, the arrogance he displayed was at odds with what comes through from Satoshi's writing. In short, in his writing and attitude, Dr. Wright does not sound or act like Satoshi. Honestly, making a judgment on what does or doesn't sound or act like Satoshi is absolutely ridiculous. If he understood Bitcoin, he would know that Craig's actions absolutely do act and sound like Satoshi, because Satoshi needed to let the network grow neutrally and organically without any central point of influence, and he arranged for the Tulip Trust to be returned back to him on the 1st of January 2020, which marked the end of the neutral organic growth phase and was meant to be the end of the speculative phase to add huge amounts of value to the network. So Craig has absolutely acted and sounded like Satoshi. So, and again, it's all just pure conjecture and opinion. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievably unprofessional, but you know, complete scam if you ask me. Point 4, he said if Dr. Wright's evidence was true, he would be a uniquely unfortunate individual, the victim of a very large number of unfortunate coincidences. Well, yeah, because the conspiracy is massive, all of which went against him, and or the victim of a number of conspiracies against him. Well, we've already been, the one about Christian Eger Hansen was absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I mean, never once was Segwit ever brought up in this. Segwit is absolute fraud. It is tampering with signatures. Has Craig done that? No, he hasn't. Yeah, BSV is literally Bitcoin as it was when it started on the 3rd of January 2009. Unbelievable. And point 13.1.4, he said, fourth, due to his collaborative and non-confrontational nature, I consider it most likely that Satoshi would ever have resorted to litigation against developers. Yeah, he would. Satoshi would have recognized that differences in views led to the hard forks in the Bitcoin blockchain and moved on. No, because it's fraud. That's why the protocol, which is a commoditized protocol, has to be protected externally via patents, in order to prevent scammers from creating all these different forks. That was the whole point. So yeah, Judge Mellor is absolutely wrong there, but great point there by Alex. This article here by CoinGeek. So I'm just interested in what's been said here. Switzerland launches instant payments. So Switzerland has launched an instant payment system to catch up with the rest of Europe and transform its cash-loving people into a digital payment society. The Swiss National Bank announced that its new digital payment system is now available to 60 financial institutions, covering over 95% of the country's retail transactions. It plans to integrate the remaining institutions in the coming months, putting Switzerland's payments industry on par with fellow European nations that have had instant payments for years. Instant payments allow private individuals and companies to perform account-to-account transactions with immediate execution and final settlement in seconds around the clock, the central bank said in its statement. It pledged to continue pushing for digital payments to make Switzerland a cashless society by 2026. 2026, jeepers. This is an ambitious target for the Swiss National Bank, as Switzerland remains one of Europe's most cash-loving nations. In 2017, a staggering 70% of the transactions were in cash. Even when the COVID-19 pandemic struck in 2020, 43% of the retail payments were still in physical notes and coins. According to some reports, the average Swiss holds over $11,000 in cash, the most of any country in the world, ahead of Hong Kong and Japan. This figure has dipped slightly according to the Swiss National Bank report last year. Cash usage in retail transactions stood at 36%. So cash, debit card, credit card, payment apps, other methods. Another Swiss National Bank report earlier this year showed that 92% of the Swiss companies operating face-to-face businesses accept cash, while only 59% accept payments via digital apps. This contrasts starkly with most European nations, where cash usage has been declining. Norway leads the charge with less than 5% of its transactions being in cash. I've been there, that is right. It's kind of scary, really. Everything's done electronically. In other countries like Sweden, new regulations have boosted the transition to a cashless society. It's legal for Swedish businesses to refuse cash payments. That is outrageous. That is absolutely... And look what's happening to Sweden now with all this mass immigration. The Swiss access to cash is an emotive political issue. A substantial section of the population supports enshrining this right in the constitutions, and a referendum is on the cards. Absolutely should be. The Swiss National Bank new system is years later than its peers. In some European countries, instant payments have been around for years, such as the faster payment system in England. Beyond Europe, India and Brazil have proven a high demand for instant payments with the success of their unified payment interface and PIX systems respectively. The US Federal Reserve was also late to the party, launching FedNow last year. Since then, it has onboarded 900 institutions, with the Fed revealing that community banks and credit unions account for nearly 80% of the total FedNow transactions. We know what's coming. They're basically trying to centralize everything, and then they'll control it all, bringing in their totalitarian one world government. It's not going to look pretty. Good grief. And finally, a crypto mining firm skips Swedish town, leaving behind unpaid power bills. It's been an eventful week for the cryptocurrency community in Norrbotten, Switzerland, after two crypto mining operations decided to disappear, leaving a trail of unpaid bills. Norrbotten has been a good environment for the crypto startups looking to set up shop. The country has a cold climate that makes it a perfect place to mine cryptocurrencies. However, two operators, US miner NGDC and Chasquik Tech, reportedly shut down their shops without giving notice to the investors and the community, according to Sveriges Radio. Miami-based NGDC was the first to stop its operation in the municipality of Albersveen. That's murdering that name there. According to reports, the company could no longer continue with its operations after Vattenfall, a Sweden electricity supplier, cut off its power. The company had not paid its electricity bill, which amounted to SEK 14 million, around $1.5 million. After the disconnection, the company went off grid. Frederick Sutton, lawyer for Vattenfall, said the utility company will do what it can to solve the issue. However, Helen Holland of the Alsvedbin Municipal Council said their efforts to contact the NGDC had borne no fruits. Another mining company, Chasquit Tech, has also abandoned its mining farm in Klax, Norrbotten County. According to Swedish news outlet, this mining company skipped town after failing to pay its rental fees, amounting to $55,000. There have been many talks as to why these two, along with other companies, are leaving Swedish environment. According to Patrick Holud, the chief executive officer of the Node Pole, the recent changes in the crypto space played a big part in the departures. He claims that the latest increase in electricity prices have hiked the operating costs of most companies, resulting in many startups to look for places with better and more accommodating prices. He also believes that the cryptocurrency bear market is to be blamed. Well, again, bear market is to be blamed on Blockstream. Many companies have been forced to cut down, while others had to shut down. Some of the remaining cryptocurrencies are hanging on a thread, causing them to not meet up their debts. However, Ho Ludd still believes the cryptocurrency space in Sweden has a great potential to grow. He estimates that in the coming days, the number of cryptocurrency startups in the region could double up to about 50 facilities. I would say dream on. Unless the market flips, goes into BSV, and literally all hell breaks loose. Everybody's going to be going crazy mining for it. So maybe he's in on that. But we will see. Right, there we go. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. It's just a little bit of news there. So as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.